Funny how people unsubscribe from your life without notice. One day they swear forever, the next they're gone. But hey, if you're here, hit subscribe. It's free, unlike loyalty. I had a kidney infection, but my husband lied about being stuck at work. When I called his coworker, I found out he hadn't even left. I'm 28F, married to my husband, 32M, for 3 years, and we have a 1-year-old daughter. Up until recently, I believed I could count on him when it truly mattered. But last week he shattered that illusion. For days I felt off, fatigued, nauseous, just generally unwell. Then one morning I woke up with a fever, chills, and an unsettling certainty that something was very wrong. I was so weak I could barely get out of bed. Taking care of our daughter felt impossible. Desperate, I called my husband at work and told him I needed him to come home. He promised he would. An hour passed. Then 2. He kept texting, just finishing up, stuck in traffic, stopping for gas. Each excuse stretched the waiting longer. My fever climbed higher. I could barely sit up without the room spinning. I told him again, it's urgent. He reassured me he was almost there. But something felt off. A sinking feeling gnawed at me, so I texted one of his close coworkers, someone I knew he often worked with. The response sent ice through my veins. He hasn't left yet. He's still here. I was furious and terrified. Panic coursed through me. My body trembled with fever, my vision blurred, my heart pounded. I wasn't sure how much longer I could hold on. I called my neighbor, a kind, older woman. She rushed over, helped me get dressed, and drove me straight to the hospital. The diagnosis was worse than I feared. A severe kidney infection caused by an untreated asymptomatic UTI. My heart rate was dangerously high. The doctor told me that if I had waited much longer, I could have gone into septic shock. 2 hours later, as I lay shaking in that hospital bed, hooked up to N4, my husband finally showed up. I couldn't even look at him. He fumbled for excuses. He didn't realize it was that bad. He had to finish up at work. But the truth was clear. He lied. Over and over. While I lay at home on the verge of collapse, he ignored me. If my neighbor hadn't helped me, I don't know what would have happened. Now I can't shake the dread. If he could disregard me in a life-threatening moment, what does that say about our marriage? About our future? About our daughter's safety? What if something happens again? Would you be able to trust your partner after something like this? A job that would replace him in a second. That's what he chose over me, his wife, the woman he vowed to love in sickness and health. Comment 1. If you had waited and gone into septic shock, maybe even died, what would he have done then? This was 100% preventable if he had just come home when you asked. Comment 2. My wife and I are expecting our first child soon. I told my job ahead of time, expecting to get scheduled accordingly. But they put me on off-site assignments where I'd be alone and unable to leave. Guess what? I have 2 feet and I'll be wherever my wife needs me. Nothing is more important than that. Comment 3. I went through something similar with an ex. I tried to move past it, but I knew in my heart that he wasn't reliable. That he wouldn't prioritize me, even in a crisis. That's a hard thing to unsee even without kids. Comment 4. Same here. My ex put everyone ahead of me and even doubted my illness. He wasn't a teammate, let alone a partner. When people show you who they are, believe them. Update, 4 days later. I'm finally back home after days in the hospital. My parents came to pick up my daughter and took care of her while I was gone. They live 4 hours away, so I hadn't asked for help earlier. My husband? Not a real apology. Just excuses. I didn't think it was that serious. You should have just asked the neighbor if it was really that bad. I didn't argue. Not because I agreed, but because some of the comments made me realize things. People asked if I was the type to cry wolf. But in 5 years together, I've only ever needed him to take me to the hospital once, when I gave birth to our daughter. And even then, I wasn't his priority. Then, someone asked a question that hit me harder than anything else. What if it was your daughter in your position? And he acted the same way. That was it. That was the moment. As dramatic as it sounds, I don't want to be with him anymore. I don't think I can ever trust him again. I've already made an appointment with a lawyer. Divorce takes time, but I'm also searching for an apartment. Not easy in our rural area, but there's still hope. I haven't told him yet. He's acting like nothing happened. So I'm doing the same. Then I saw something in the comments that made my blood run cold. Are you sure he was actually at work? Or was that just an excuse? That thought had never crossed my mind. So one night, while he was sleeping, I decided to find out the truth. I checked his phone. I didn't find proof that he wasn't at work, but I did find something worse. Messages to other women. Flirty. Suggestive. Some going back months. And then, Tinder. All while I was fighting for my life, he was sending TikToks to his friends, laughing, joking, showing zero real concern for me. He told me his boss refused to give him time off. That was a lie too. I found no evidence that he ever even asked. No messages, no emails, nothing. And the truth is, if he had asked, it would have been illegal for his boss to deny him leave where we live. So why did he lie? Because he never planned to come home. At this point, I don't even feel like confronting him. I just want out. I ignored the red flags before, the small lies, the broken promises. I convinced myself that when it truly mattered, he'd step up, that I could count on him. I was naive. I never thought anyone, especially my husband, could let me down like this. No, I'm not telling him I'm leaving. Not until I'm ready. Just like he didn't tell me he wasn't coming. Comments. Comment 1. Not even surprised you found what you did. I'm just glad you're okay, and I applaud you for realizing you and your daughter deserve better. You're absolutely right not to say anything until your plan is in place. Good luck. Everything will be better. Comment 2. This is the smart way to do it. No need to give him a heads up. Wishing you and your daughter a smooth transition to a better life. Comment 3. Take screenshots of everything, the app, the text. This is evidence your divorce lawyer can use later. Infidelity might not affect divorce where you are, but it's still worth having receipts, especially if he tries to twist the story. This isn't just the end of my marriage. This is the beginning of my freedom. Does this story resonate with you? Have you ever been in a situation where someone you trusted let you down when you needed them most? Tell us your thoughts in the comments. This story is a painful reminder that actions speak louder than words. Love isn't just about promises, it's about showing up when it truly matters. A partner who dismisses your pain, ignores your cries for help, or chooses their own convenience over your well-being isn't a partner at all. If someone shows you they won't be there for you in a crisis, believe them. You deserve a relationship built on trust, reliability, and mutual respect. If this story spoke to you, like, share, and subscribe for more real-life stories and powerful lessons. You never know who might need to hear this today.